Hello there, my name is Sophia Barton and I'm the artist who'll be doing this activity with you today. We'll be doodling around the ideas of home, or Hyem, which means home in Geordie. So, now the materials that you might need include the postcards. You can use any types of pens, pencils, paints that you would like, and some stuff that you might have at home like turmeric, mint and paprika. These are all optional, depends on what you want to do. I've also used some seashells as a reference. Getting your postcard, we're going to transfer these ideas of home onto the postcard. To start with though, I've done a little spider diagram with the word home, and I'm just going to explain and explore the ideas of home. So this includes family, friends, love, a place of safety, somewhere where there's lots of care, possibly pets, objects. You might have a garden, and gardens go to the idea of zen and feeling calm. You might have some sentimental objects from family as well that makes it more like home. I'm just going to add all of these ideas together and transfer them onto a card. Now to start with, I've kind of decided to draw these ideas of home first before I do them on my card. So I've got like a little telly doodle, a birthday cake, and I've also added an idea of like a fish tank. You can add whatever doodles you would like of any pets that you might have. This includes cats, dogs, hamsters, whatever pets that you may have. You could also add ideas of plants. So if you have like some house plants or plants outside, your door and the door number. And also, as well as drawing, you can just kind of sketch and write sayings. So I've just done one here which says home sweet Hyem. So remember, this isn't just limited to drawing, it could also include words and possibly lyrics, anything that you kind of associate with your home. So for this kind of project idea, I decided to draw a house. You can also draw your own house from outside. It depends what you want to do. And I've got a little welcome mat here as well, which I'll probably add, and a lamp. So I'm just going to start by sketching out a house. You can use the grid lines on the postcard to do straight lines, so you could trace it, or you could use a bit of black card like I have and just use it as a straight edge. I find it's really good to use old envelopes, anything like that I have around the house, just to use as a ruler if I don't have one around. So I've done that, and then I'm just going to add the roof using the grid lines. It's super easy using these grid lines because whatever diagonal kind of lines that you want, it's already there. And these grid lines are designed to do kind of more like 3D work. So if you're doing like a 2D image here, you can also do one next to it, which is diagonal. And that leads on to more 3D shapes as well if you wanted to. It's just really fun having a go with all the grid lines. So I've added a little front door at the start here in the middle. I'm also going to add more grid lines to make the house stand out. And to add that idea of community and neighbourhood, I'm also drawing in some extra houses. So you can just trace any straight lines that you want. Do these kind of triangles. I've also added some windows. You can add windows as just rectangles, or you can add like little pointed roofs onto the top. So they're like mini houses within the house. I like having a lot of fun with my drawings and my doodles. But you can make it as realistic or as playful as you want. So I'm just adding little details outside of the drawing, like plants and things like that. And then in the window, I'm adding a little cat here. And just details on the windows as well. So I've added curtains and things like that. And for the roof, I've just added a wavy pattern. Adding patterns onto your drawings can add a different dimension as well. So I'm just going to finish up by doing more little details. So I don't want the house to stand out and the pathway going up to the house. And you could do whatever kind of objects that you want in the house, like people. Done a little silhouette there. And just remember, because you're working in pencil, it's easy to rub it out. You can always go over with pens after. And I've just written our Hyem at the bottom. And I'm just going to doodle the houses at the back, but they're a bit more cartoon-like. So you can see the two eyes are windows and the doorway is a mouth. So just quickly to show you, I've got the turmeric and my yellow pens. And I even got a yellow crayon there and a bit of paint. So when you use the turmeric, it'll be like a more of a mellow yellow than some paints might be. Just add a little bit of water to make a kind of paste and then add it with a paintbrush. You can do this with the paprika and the mint as well. And it's a good way of experimenting with what might already be in your house and is a natural ingredient basically. So here's a paprika, which is a nice kind of rusty red. And here's the mint, which you might want to grind up and add a little bit of lemon onto the mint to make it really, really stand out. So now I'm just going to draw over my pencil lines. I'm going to add a bit of pen. I've used a biro here. Biros are super cheap and they're a good way of getting different colours because you can get them in multicolours as well. So if you're not sure about what to do with your doodles, a nice easy way of adding colour is just getting coloured biros. You can also just add your doodles with pencil as well by itself, or just with a black biro. It's completely up to you. So I've just sped up this little process of myself just shading the blue house in, and then I'm going to copy this house onto the other side. I'm just going to go over the lines that I had in pencil with a pen. I used a black pen here, just a fine liner black pen. You could also use a black biro. And it's just basically about kind of making those pencil lines a bit more permanent. And I'm just adding different patterns onto the roof. I'm using the grid lines for a little funky little pattern on this roof. Again, I'm using the grid lines for also some curvy lines too on the second roof. And just remember, you can add different patterns to kind of enhance your drawing. So I'm just going to finish this off by adding more little details with my black pen. I've just coloured in the cat, I've added some more details onto the curtains and added little tassels. Just remember, when you are doing your drawing, do as much or as little detail as you want. It's completely up to you, just see how you feel. And also, if you are drawing for long periods of time, it's very important to take breaks. So after I've finished this, I'm just going to let all the pen dry and then get it ready for sending off.